Hello, my little munchkins, my little crones, and my sunflowers. How are you on this Sunday afternoon? Well, I hope everything with you is copacetic. I hope you're having a wonderful day. But as you know, this is, what is it, news? What are we called? I forgot the name.
Oh, News with Tarot.
News with Tarot. And again, you know, I've been getting out a lot of people been asking what's going on with this person, what's going on with that person. Well, right now, I'm getting ready to give you a recap on what's going on with what's going on with Britney Spears, and we're going to do News with Tarot. So let's get started. Let's find out what's going on. Well, first of the things we know that her and her husband, Sam, they are breaking up. It was alleged that she was violent, and it leaves me with a lot of questions as in, was this a marriage of convenience for Britney? It just seemed like they wasn't even married a year. Her family wasn't there. This just seemed all from day one. It was like a hot mess. Baby Crone, is there anything you'd like to say?
Yes, what I would like to say is that Britney Spears is a Sagittarius.
Okay.
And her husband, ex-husband, my apologies.
They still married, so.
Well, yes, true.
They still married, but her husband, who she's separating from.
Yes.
And I hope he don't get nothing.
He is a Pisces.
Okay.
So that shows you fire and water. Oh,
fire and water. They couldn't find the blend. Here we go. We see a knight. There it is.
Is that Britney?
That's Britney.
Okay.
And we're doing Britney. We're not doing her husband.
Just do Britney.
Okay. And let's see what her block is. What is Britney block? Is Britney block her sickness? What is Britney block here? We have the Knight of Wands, so we know that's fiery. We know that's energetic. We know it's sexual. We know it's creative. We just know a lot about the wands right now, but let's just get into it. This here is the
Star card.
And the Devil. So let me just shuffle them up. If one of them show up again, guys, I have no control over that. I put them back in because I don't want to. If any one of them show up, it was just meant to be. You see, I shuffled them up, right? All right, this is good enough. Let's see. What is it going to be? This is about Britney. Ancestors, please give us answers. Here we go. The Wheel of Fortune. Wow, that's from the unexpected. That would be from the unexpected. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune.
Well, that's good news for Britney.
That's good news for Britney. What does that mean? That means whatever is going to turn around in her favor. What do you think, Baby Crone?
Yes, I definitely think that whatever's going to happen.
Whatever's going on in her life, she getting rid of that. It's going to turn around in her favor.
She gets a chance to spin at the wheel.
She get another chance, whatever. This is a good luck card. That means things are going to turn around for her.
Yes. However, when you think about the Wheel of Fortune, it can represent unforeseeable moments,
of course.
Yes, that are out of your control. However, it's also talking about turning of luck when you think about it. But karma,
you know what is right. So what it's saying is things have been going bad. You've been going through a rough time. This is what this card's saying. This card show up. You've been going through a rough time for a while. Could have been a year, could have been 6 months, could have been 2 years. But when the Wheel of Fortune show up, it's saying at this moment, be patient. Your luck is about to turn around. Things about to go in your favor. It was looking bad for you because it was some karma debt you had to pay or something like that, but it's about to turn around. You paid your debt and it's about to turn around. And whatever you needed to do to fix it, you did. And that's where the Wheel of Luck come in.
Yes.
In your favor. How about that?
Yes, it does.
So here we go. Let's lay down. Let's see what's going on. Because
very interesting. I can't wait.
Well, we see here, we see the Seven of Wands. Like I said, we see somebody that's really trying to keep things down, keep a lot. And like I said, whenever I see sevens, all I see is trouble. I see you trying to either avoid trouble, or you've been into trouble, or you done did something to cause some trouble. So when I see sevens, I see trouble. I see an 8. 8 means maybe I'm feeling this. Excuse me. I'm feeling like when I see this 7 and I see this 7 and 8, I see like somebody hit and then hide their hands. Okay. Like somebody is being mischief and then hide their hands and act like they're not doing anything. Also, I see like a child. You know how a child, but this is a vicious game. So it's like somebody's doing something behind your back. You catch them, but they act like they never did anything, like a child. But they doing it to be spiteful. They doing it because they want to hurt you. Okay? So I don't know what that means, but I don't know if that means that Britney was having an affair with one of the people and it wasn't no proof, or was she just psychologically making him think that? I don't know, but we'll come back to that story. Here we see, here it is.
This is so good.
In the past, that's what I'm saying. The devil shows up. Here we go. And the near past, present. In the future, we see a merge. So we see that merge of an illusion. Let's see what the final card says. Oh, my God. Yes. I'm just going down and lay cards. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. It's a lot going on. The last time I read Britney, you should read it. It was just before she got married or when she got married. And it was a lot of chaos. What I see here is a lot of, I see 3 swords and I see 3, I see 3 swords and I see 4 wands. So swords and they kind of work good together.
Yeah, they're complementary.
They're complementary. Although they're warring cards. So we know that there is warring, but their fighting and things are not as brutal. It's not like bloodshed, but it's like a lot of arguing, a lot of accusatory, a lot of things that you say when you're angry or you hurt or you want to get out of something, right? This is what I see. So let's go in and do a quick overview. Is that all right? Mm-hmm. So I see the Knight. The Knight is her. Somebody that dashed into something. I think this was done. I don't know. I think this was done as a thing to help Britney. I think that when it was done, I think that this was not good. I think Britney been fighting this thing from day one. I think from the very beginning, he was never the one. And for whatever reason why he signed up for this, maybe he thought in some kind of way her husband Sam could help. However, I see deception all around this marriage. I see deception. I see deception. And I see that this is just a marriage where they just don't get along. They had 2 different ideas. And I also see on the other sense, because Britney stands on the side of the wands, she's very paranoid when it comes down to her psyche. She doesn't like playing around with that. And maybe when he gets mad, he may poke fun of it and makes fun, because I see that something here that he says and do probably hurt her. You understand? And then she retaliates and she goes into the past or talk about things. And then there you have 2 people just rocky. They hurt each other with words and deed. This is really, really bad. Any questions?
Yes. Mm-hmm. My question is...
Did that make sense?
Yes, it did. Mm-hmm. Which is a very good first question to be.
Yeah.
Does Britney Spears really love Sam?
Oh, come on, Britt. I'm going to do right here. No. She resents him. She may have thought she loved him, but she resents him. She resents him. It's like he messes with her head. He plays with her psyche. If you notice, look at the tower head. He plays things, like I said here, he must say things to trigger her or do things to trigger her. But she had enough and she just exploded. She couldn't fake it with him anymore.
That was really good.
Okay.
My next question is in response for Sam. Does Sam love Britney?
Sam got into this thing because I think that Sam got into it Because maybe he was a little hopeful, and maybe he thought he could turn things around, and maybe he thought. But we know that that's not true, so we know that he probably got involved in thinking that things would get better. I'll leave it at that.
Now, that is very reminiscent to your old tarot reading, because you did say in the reading before that if it works out the way that they planned for it, they could last in a relationship. So as we can see,
maybe you can play that clip. This relationship is different, and if they go the way that they plan to go, they're going to be fine. Is there some friction? Yes, there is always friction around Britney, but the friction is not with her husband. The friction is with what's going on around her.
Okay.
Right here, so people could see it from the old, that they could make a note, that they could see that I said they wasn't able to bridge the gap. So things got real nasty between them. Nasty. Because all I see is wands and swords. They was out to like hurt each other. Do you have another question?
Yes, my next question is about Britney's conservatorship. Did she feel traumatized by it?
The conservatorship shows there was a conservatorship. Was she traumatized by it? It was like in a delusion. It was like in a delusion. She got under it. She probably got under it thinking that it was safe, thinking that, no, she didn't want it, but maybe trusting. But then as it got along, it became ugly, and it became a fight, and it just became ugly. And it became, instead of a conservatorship, it became a contract. So it became binding. I know it's a contract, but understanding when she went under it, it was probably a conservatorship. But then after years, it became binding. It became like a contract, like a ball and chain around her neck. And all she wanted to do is be free from that. Be free to spend her money, free to do. And even so, it is alleged that many people have already spent a lot of her money. She has nowhere near as much money as she was supposed to. But let me ask this. Was her father, did Britney father have her best interests at heart? I'm going to pick from the middle. Wait a minute. I want to pick from here. I'm going to pick from here, and I'm going to put this over there. So I want to know, did Britney father have her best interests at heart when he was her conservator? Yes. 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 It shows, and yes. Yes. He was in control of her money, and the cards show yes. So then why is it that people feel as though he stole a lot of her money? Justice shows up. Justice. So that means that has to be taken to court and looked at, figure out what happened. Is it true? But I do know when he went in it with the full intent to look out for Britney. Could greed had a card in there?
It could have.
It could have. But he did have his daughter's best interest. Are you sure he had Britney's interest at heart? Yes. He cared about her. He had her best interests at heart. So that's that. Do you have any questions?
Yes, my next question is going to be about, does Britney have a mental illness?
Yes, and she's always hoping that it's going to get better. They all hoping that she'll be able to overcome it, override it. Yes. And she lives in the perpetual hope that it gets better. And maybe when she thinks it gets better, she may have a flare-up. But I think things trigger Britney and cause Britney to go off. I don't know. Do Britney need another conservatorship? That's, we don't know yet. You have another question?
Yes, my next question is, does Britney have support for her, like around her?
It appears that she doesn't, but yes, there is people around Britney where she can rest. There are people that are there helping her with her money, helping her with something, but they're in the background. They're in the background. Yeah, it just looked like Britney is out there floundering all by herself, but she really isn't. There are people. And those people that are there in the background helping Britney, are they family? No.
Okay.
They're not family. then are they true friends or who? It's somebody friends, I don't know, but it's somebody there helping her. Somebody who she trusts. But there's help, probably workers, lawyers, but people that work, there are workers there that's helping her. So yes, there are people there. Are they trustworthy? No. So there are people, but I'm just being seen. It's showing me that people are getting over on Britney even as we speak. That's what I'm getting out of the reading. But I feel as though she was probably better off with her dad.
Okay.
Because overall, he had her best interests at heart. Even though Britney, because there probably was a lot of things that Britney did that he didn't tolerate. And I think that Britney has been traumatized by his conservatorship. Do you have another question? I'm talking about her father.
Right before I get to the question, I realized that we have 3 2s and 3 3s.
Okay, let's go for it.
Yes, now the 3 2s is the 2 of Cups, which is out there somewhere.
We have the 2
of Pentacles.
Of Pentacles.
Yep, there's 2 of Cups, right?
2 of Pentacles twice.
Yes.
And we have the 2 of Cups.
Right.
I'll see right here. Right.
Yes. And when we think about 3 2s, that's all about alliances, and it can be kind of cliquish when you think about
And that lets me know about the people that's working with her.
Okay.
Are they in alliance to help her or help work against her? And I just always think you always have sticky fingers whenever you dealing with people. They come off like they got your best interest at heart, but if they can get over, they will. But I guess that's the nature of the beast. You have anything else? What about the 3 3s?
Yes, the 3 3s is the 3 of Swords, then the 3 of Swords again, and then the 3 of Pentacles. And when you think about 3 3s, that talks about deceit. So deceit, like being deceitful, being lied to, delusions.
So she's being deceived, as I said.
Yes, and
she's being deceived.
It could be by these people that are having cliques around her
that dealing with her money and stuff like that. That says they have her best interests at heart.
Right. So that makes me want to know.
And I think her husband Sam was a part of that, a plant.
Yeah, you know what? He really could have been. Because she's shrouded by hurt and deception and just wanting to stand for herself, it looks like. Right. And doing what Britney needs to do for Britney.
Britney gonna have to do better. Do better, Brit. How my lips look?
Yes, your lips look nice.
Do better, Brit. Okay, what's our next question?
Yes, our next question is, over the years, have Britney Spears became more introvert?
Ooh. Because of everything she's gone through.
Yes, has she gone more within herself? Even though we see her dancing in the camera, is she more focused on herself?
Oh, okay. Is she more introverted now? I got you. I just felt like my cards have been going a little cold, so. Okay, here we go.
Okay, the 5 of Pentacles again.
So what was the question?
The question is Britney Spears more introverted?
Well, I see the cups, and it's a personality trait, and I could see that, yeah, emotionally, maybe a little. You don't see her just moving all fast. So, yeah, maybe a little part of her, maybe. Yeah, maybe not totally, but yeah, maybe a part of her has reserved itself from hurt. And disappointment, where she doesn't trust as easily. Yeah.
Is Britney Spears confident in herself?
I see the king, and also when I think of the king, I also think, yes, he's the king, it's water, but also kings of fire. So I think she wavers a little out of the emotions of herself, out of all of the emotions she goes through. She is as confident as she can be. I want to know, is she more confident on stage than off the stage? it seems like she's more comfortable and doing things that are familiar, or maybe performing, being on a familiar stage, being around things that brings back. She finds herself, even though it's a hard, grueling job, she can find herself in performing, because that seems like that's what her go-to was. That's how she was raised, to perform.
Yes.
You know? Mm-hmm. I don't know, but I'm just getting this. Take your aggressions out on the stage. You know, you work through it through your performance. You know, that's what I'm getting.
So does she find herself through her performance?
I think she does. I think she does. I think she does, but I think that after the performance, I think it leaves her empty. Oh. And you know, even though you're giving it all, after the performance, you still have to come back to whatever that thing was. And I think that there are so many things in Britney that has been buried, that's hurt and buried and lost and confused. Yeah. Yes. So many things. She get mixed up in herself. She gets mixed up. Her emotions get mixed up. She's a sensitive soul. She's sensitive. And so she gets mixed up, and so things don't always be clear in her head.
Okay.
As she feels one way, but she sees it. She tries to be happy. She tries to look on the brighter side of things, but I think sometimes it just gets cloudy in her head. You have another question?
Yes, my next question is, does Britney miss being on stage and touring?
She haven't been touring?
Question.
I think maybe. I think there may be moments that she wants to do it, but it may be that she probably just enjoying not doing it, you know? It have to be a whole lot. What?
Oh my God. She really does have an event on December 14th in the United Kingdom.
So she is, like I said, she's touring. Okay. Yes, but I think she's probably selective more about where she's touring. You know, I don't know if she wants to get back into heavy touring after she did her residency. I think that, yes, she's touring, but I think it's going to be limited. I don't think that she's going to just be taking anything, you know. But yes, I definitely see her out there touring, but I don't see her working herself to the bone. Anything else?
Well, keep talking about her music career. How's her music career going to go?
Britney has been in this for so long. She's old. She's, you know, she's been in it for so long. It's like, this is an older person. Britney been in it. She's been giving it. She's been giving it and giving it and giving it. Britney is well in her 30s. Britney has been in this ever since she was a teenager. So this is all she knows, really, you know, and she gives all she can. When she performs, she gives what she can, you know?
Yeah, I just came across an article that was talking about how after her residency in Las Vegas, he was just talking about, ironically, she was talking about how she was traumatized from touring, and I was just...
Didn't I just say that?
Yes, you did.
She just, like I said, she's not taking anything. It's like, It's like she'll do here and there, and I think it wears on her nerves. It's like... I
could understand.
Yeah, and I noticed, like, even the elites, like Beyonce and Taylor Swift, they don't tour like that.
No,
they may do one world tour and don't do no touring for, like, another 4 years, 5 years, and then they may do bits and pieces here and there.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, anything else?
Yes, I would lastly like to know about, how does Britney feel about her kids with Kevin Federline in Hawaii? She
said to me that has been a fight that she had to let go.
Okay.
She had to let her 2 kids go. And even though now she feels victorious about it, that was a hard thing that she had to do. I want to know is I want to call her Taylor Swift. Don't give me her name. Is Britney Spears, does she belong to the secret society?
Okay. Another 4.
Another 4, a foundation. So, yes, she belongs. But like I said, there are people that's up and then there are people that is down. Yes, she is definitely inducted into that. That is the 4. Why do I say that? Because of the way that she has the pentacle on her head. She has the pentacle in her heart and midriff area and on her 2 feet. And in return, you can see where she left the world behind. And so, yes, she is definitely a part of the secret society. How active? I don't think that she's as active, but she is a part of it. There is people that looks out for Britney. Definitely. You have another question?
Yes, because baby Crone got to go there.
Okay.
My question is, what could Britney Spears' sacrifice have been?
I think Britney sacrificed her life.
Okay.
I think Britney sacrificed her mind, her life, her children, everything for the career. When you really look at it, Britney is a travesty.
She really is.
She's a travesty. When you look at it, this is a sad story. And the day that they make her movie, I hope they do a wonderful job, because it is a story to show you what fame can do. The upside and the downside to fame. And Britney is a person to tell the story. And it's a wonderful thing that Britney is still walking, breathing, and living her life today. Even though she still struggles mentally, she's still living her life.
Yes.
Right. And I like to, when I think of Britney, I like to think, in my opinion, I like to think of last of the blonde bombshells.
Oh, yeah.
Because she was blonde and she went down. And then after her, the last, because she was huge. And you had a lot, Nicole, you had a lot of them. And you had Paris. And look at the life that all these blondes. So now you had all these blondes falling down. And now uprise the brunette.
Yes. And is it time for the brunettes to start coming down?
Yes. So with that being said, the overall view on Britney, how is she?
Okay.
How is she coping with all of this? With her marriage, I want to know, how is she coping with all of this? Introspective. It's not easy. Is she getting help? She's seeking, yes. She's seeking. Is she going to be okay? Yes. Yes. Britney is going to be okay. Britney feels like she has a lot to prove. She has a lot to prove. And one of the things that I'm feeling, Britney wants people to know, I don't need a conservatorship. I'm capable of doing it by myself. So she has a lot to prove, because a lot of us thinking that maybe she needs help. But Britney has a lot to prove about whether or not she can keep her conservatorship. Is she capable?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know. I think we need to see what it's going to be like when her husband is out of the picture. I hope that she doesn't have to give him anything. They weren't married long, about a year. And it's sad to me. It's just you got to pay. But I know California is a no-fault state. So that's...
I just hope everything gets better for Britney.
Well, it will. When all of this is moved out her life, remember...
You're right.
Things are going to turn around for Britney. Britney want to show people that she doesn't need a conservatorship. Britney, I'm rooting for you. Do Britney need to take medication to keep her stable? Yes. Yes. Because you see the horse and you see the pentacle. So yes, I see a stillness. And yes, she would probably have to take some kind of medication to keep her balanced. And if she doesn't, all those dark feelings, that confusion, all those things rise up in her if she refuses to take her medicine on a regular basis. But I do think, everything I say is allegedly, but I do think that medication helped keep Britney stable. And I think that if she doesn't take it, I don't know this, I'm not a doctor, I'm just reading cards. And I think that if she doesn't, I think it could throw her off. But yes, I do think that about Britney. I think that Britney has gone through a lot, and I think that she's a fragile individual. I just know that she wants to be loved and cared for. But like I was telling baby Crone, I keep on saying, why is it Hollywood? They just interact with each other.
Yes.
I think because of the groups they're in, because they don't probably want you going outside of the group. They want you, if you had a secret society, keep it in the group. I don't want you bringing strange flesh in. So I'm thinking that could be it too. Or either somebody gonna hook you up with somebody. Right. It's like some of these religions in the world, you know, that you have arranged marriages. And I truly believe that the secret society operates like that. I think I had that epiphany back when I was doing Obama, somebody. But I truly believe that the secret society don't want you intermarrying outside of the circle, really, but keeping it all in, or either someone in the circle that know you can bring somebody to you that they maybe want to introduce, or somebody they want to induct into it.
Right, like a voucher, be like, hey, you know, I want to bring this person in, maybe somebody else in the society, like a council, judges if this person's worthy of coming.
Yeah, I want to give them about 6 months and feel them out or whatever, or fill her out. So yes, I definitely believe that about it. But with all this with Britney, what can I say? Chaos. But sometimes we have to have the chaos. I think this is the first time Britney is really going to be alone.
Yes.
I mean, without a mate. And I want to really see how she handled. This is where it's going to be the tell-off for me. We'll know whether or not when he is out of the picture and when she's alone, we'll get to see a good glimpse. Is this good or bad for Britney? Right now, it all seems good. It seems like she's ready. It seems like this is what she wants. It seemed like that marriage that she married to him, it just seemed like that was fake. That don't seem that that was real. That seemed like that was done for a reason. But here, I definitely see that Britney's feeling like I really need to prove that I can do this. I don't need help. I really feel as Britney need a chance. And I think with this marriage ending and everything getting back in its proper place, I think that Britney's going to prove that she doesn't need her conservatorship. Time will tell. Mm-hmm. Time will tell. And I hope, is her family going to come back in her life in a good way? No, it doesn't seem like it. I don't know. I think that Britney would have to reach out for that if that's what she wanted. So,
just as a side note, that just popped up a thought. Does Britney Spears have a therapist or see somebody that she...
Does she have a therapist? Yes. She definitely has somebody that she go to, talk to, yes. And they do the best they can. You know, so yes, she has somebody that she bounce off of, have to see, talk to. And I think that could be all a part of her conservatorship that they don't share too. So I'm really picking out that that's a part of all of it that she has to see. I don't know, but I'm feeling it inside of me that she has to see someone, you know, take her medicine. I don't know for sure. I'm just saying this is what I'm picking up, that the frequency is saying that she has to agree to certain things if she wants to stay free on her conservatorship. Uh-huh. And whatever that entails, I don't know. So,
yes. And the overall number for the reading was a 2. Which is very fitting when the High Priestess came up, because that's exactly when I was calculating the numbers.
Really?
Yes.
So she's going to, Britney going to do it alone?
Yes, and I want to say that's very fitting because she was born December 2nd.
Okay.
So a lot of 2s.
She have a lot of 2s.
Yeah, even there were a lot of 2s in her reading anyway. So this could be like really...
time for her to be alone.
Yeah, like a portal moment because of the Wheel of Fortune, like a chance for like...
But also with the 2s, we see the breaking up. So maybe her idea of marriage or union, maybe that changed. Maybe she doesn't believe in it anymore. Or maybe everything that we need to see, we're going to see it within the next year. Because I don't know what's going on with Britney. All I know is that I see that Britney is in turmoil right now. And because of what she's going through a bad marriage. That's enough to set anybody's teeth on edge. So she's going through a bad marriage. She's going through a lot. So when all of these things taper off, the Wheel of Fortune will be in her favor. And let's see then how all this work out when she's finally divorced. Let's see how this works out. I'm hoping that this guy don't try to take her for anything. I hope not. I hope that he was a legit guy, and I hope that he was there to help her and just realize, no, this is not for me. And so with that being said, baby Crone, is there anything else you'd like to say?
Nope.
And like I said, you said her overall numbers are 2. Maybe Britney needs to just, maybe this 2 meaning the idea of marriage is on the back burner. Maybe she needs to figure this all out on her own. Maybe Britney needs to walk alone for a while and figure it out Britney way.
Yeah, like a twin. Except this is just a twin you can't get rid of. It's just, because if you think about it, you know, the number 2 energy, and if you think, we was just talking about Geminis earlier, how there's 2 twins, and they have to learn to come together, So maybe for
she
Britney,
has to learn to come together, how to deal with her sickness, how to deal with those things, and maybe if nobody's around to tell her, maybe she could work it out on her own. Time will reveal what will become of Britney. But I'm sending her nothing but well wishes. Anything else? Baby Crone says a prayer go up for Britney Spears. For whatever it is, for good or for bad. We know that this is a woman that suffered a lot and knows a lot and been through a lot of loss. And right now, when it comes with family, she stands alone. She doesn't have her sons with her. They in Hawaii. She doesn't have her family. So this is such a sad story. So whatever, I just ask that the angels hang around Britney and look out for her and send good people in her life. And most of all, I hope that Britney's mind become clear enough and lucid enough where she can make better decisions for herself. And most of all, be careful about the men that she select. And I hope that she stop being so desperate for a man. Wheel of Fortune.
Fortune again, yes. She learned her lesson.
She's learning. She's learning. Stop being so desperate for a man. And I think that's what she's learning. That's not her answer. She's realized all that did was cause problems in my life. Every time Britney been in a man, Britney ain't had nothing but a heartache and hard times. And I'm thinking maybe this is connecting in her head. And with that being said, do you have anything else?
Nope, I do not
Britney,
have anything else.
You have a hard time with love as a Sagittarius. Babe, you will have to get it together. Learn to love yourself.
That could be her life journey, because the Sagittarius is all about finding higher self, learning.
Love and higher learning. And maybe, Britney, that's what you have to do. Before you love anyone, learn to love yourself. And learn to forgive yourself. And don't hold yourself responsible for things that you can't have no control over. So learn to love yourself for who you are today. And don't let nobody tell you you less than. And don't let nobody try to tell you who you are with your brain. You hang in there and believe in yourself, Britney, because we're believing in you. And with that being said, that's my read on Britney Spears. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. And with that, have a lovely, lovely Sunday evening until we meet again. Sunflowers.